So today we're going to do lymphatic drainage. So that's if you say got a swollen arm or leg, let's say from an injury, or just maybe you've had a surgery and your arm's not draining as much as it used to with the swelling. This technique can help. So with our lymphatic system, a lot of people haven't heard about it before. It is getting rid of waste products, and lymph is what we call that when it's in a liquid. And that goes back to about here into something called the thoracic duct, where it enters the veins and then gets processed by the liver. So unlike the blood vessels where the heart's pumping and moving the blood with oxygen out and then bringing the blood with carbon dioxide back, the lymph forms in the tissues, and then as we're moving around and using our muscles, the muscles contracting, they just end up squishing those vessels gradually, and the lymph ends up coming back to drain and get processed by the liver. Sometimes though, if we've been injured for a while or not moving as much as we could, say because of the injury, or we've had a surgery and some lymph nodes removed, we might not get that lymphatic return going as well as usual. So here's something that we can do for that. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up those ducts and help anything that's around that area drain. So we've got space for any more lymph that we're bringing in to enter those lymphatic ducts and get processed. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab a heat pack or a hot water bottle, and we're just going to put that on our chest while we're lying down. This is for arms or legs. First step is the same. So we're going to keep that there for 15-20 minutes or so. If we're doing our arm and you've got a bit of a longer heat pack, you might also want to put the heat pack just in your armpit there, where the lymph passes while you're lying down, like so. And then after we've had that there for 15-20 minutes, if we're doing the arm, what we're going to do next is we're going to do some really light and gentle broad strokes around the entire arm to move that lymph. A lot of the lymph is just under the skin there, so if you're pressing like you would for a massage, you're actually squishing that lymph down, you're not actually moving it towards that lymphatic duct. So we want to be really, really light here. It's not going to feel like you're doing heaps, but you'll feel the difference afterwards. So have your arm up if you can, or hold onto the back of a couch or something like that, and then just gently use the other arm to go around, keeping consistently on the front and the back of the arm, and you're going to do this always towards the heart for 1 minute at the arm. So once you've done 1 minute at the arm, next you're going to do 1 minute at the forearm. So try and keep it elevated still, and nice broad strokes going all the way around. After you've done a minute there, you can even go from top to bottom there as well. And if you've had an injury or a bit more swelling in your hand, you can even do at the end a little bit into the hand as well. Hey buddy. So if you're doing this for your legs, say you've hurt something on your foot, ankle, had a bruise or a corky or something like that, this might also help. What you're going to do, start off the same with your heat pack, just on your chest there, 15-20 minutes. Then there's a collection point that we've got just around our belly button there. You're going to pop it there for 15-20 minutes, all the while you're lying down. And then whatever leg that you're doing, you're going to actually put the heat bag just in the front crease of your hip on that side. So for me, I've injured this foot, as you can see, and I'm going to try and get rid of some of the swelling there. So I'm going to chuck the heat pack just in that crease there. I've got a super long heat pack, so what I can actually do to save some time is just pop that there, where I can have it heat up my chest, the collection point, and the crease all at the same time, so I can only sit here for 15-20 minutes all up. But if you don't have one this long, at least do your chest and at least do that crease. So once we've done that, heated it all up, gotten the lymph going towards that lymphatic duct, we're going to do the same thing as we've done with the arm. So nice broad strokes, have your leg up. You can either lean it on something or you can just hold it up, whatever your preference is. And we're going to go around the thigh as much as we can. Just nice, light, broad strokes, not like a massage, just very, very light with this one. So we're going to spend 1 minute just on the thigh. After we've done a minute on the thigh, then we're going to do a minute on the leg. So again, very, very gentle, very broad strokes, trying to go as much around the leg as we can. And then you can even do a few straight from the leg all the way down to the thigh. Optional, I feel like it feels better when you do that. And if you've injured, say, your foot, you can also do the top of the foot for a minute. You can also go around the entire foot as well. But I found with my injury that just doing the top of the foot has been enough to get rid of the swelling. If you're comfortable and you're able to, depending on your injury, if you do a little bit of a wiggle of your toes there and moving your ankle up and down, that can also help the lymphatic return. So that lymph and swelling to get out of there. If you're too injured to do that, don't worry about it. Do what you can. This is a super gentle thing that can be done, that most people can do. Now, if you have random pain in your calf, let's say after you've had an injury, or you've been on a plane, or you've had a surgery, or you've been still for a really long period of time, and especially if your calf is swollen and red and hot, go to the doctor, go to the hospital. We want to get that checked out. We don't want to be massaging or moving any clots towards our body. So that's the only one time we're not doing that. So in that case, we're not doing our lymphatic massage, but if you've just, given yourself a bit of a whack, or you've had swelling or a previous surgery where you're not getting that lymphatic return, you can try this method and see if it helps you out. I've been doing this at least once a day at the end of the day, but when this first started, I was doing about 3 times a day, and I found that helped reduce my pain a bit and give me a bit more range and mobility with my foot. So next time, if you're unlucky and find yourself injured with nothing too serious, but you've got swelling and bruising, you want to ease that off, try this out and see how it goes.